All right, guess we can begin. So good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you again to the closing ceremony for the Africa IoT and AI Challenge. I'd like to welcome our guests, Mr. Mohammed Aboud from IEEE, and I thank you for making time as well. I also see that we have Mr. Vincent Agesa from IEEE Kenya. We also have Abdul Rahman from Africa IoT and AI Challenge. I also see that we have Mr. Latif Cherono from Gearbox. So in case I have missed any of the panelists, please be sure to kindly rename yourselves so we're able to have an idea who's also in the room, but I welcome you all. We are hoping to have some guests from the Ministry of ICT, but before they're able to join, I think we can begin. I'd like to also welcome Director Mushiri. I see you've also joined in from KNCCI, so thank you. Glad to have you here. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Mohammed Aboud as well. Even as you will share your opening remarks and the keynote speech. So thank you very much and welcome, sir. Sorry, Mr. Mohammed Aboud, I think you might be on mute.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Mr. Mohammed Aboud, you're welcome to begin.
We are waiting for still other partners to join. We are still waiting for Yasser from Benya and Amr from Wakandai.
Okay.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yasser, I think the video is flipped. You need to correct it.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mr. Mohammed Aboud, I think Mr. Amr Karim will join a little bit late.
Okay.
He told me that he will join a little bit late. So if you want to start, you can start. But I need to ask the hosts and panelists to rename themselves because we are having so many people who are named AI and IoT Africa Kenya as a default name. So please kindly rename yourself so we can know you.
Can we start now?
Yes.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. It is a great pleasure to join you today in celebrating the first finals for Kenya IoT and AI Challenge. From my position as regional chair for the IEEE TIMS Society in Africa and MENA region, we are honored to organize this such prestigious competition all over Africa. Actually, when we started this competition, I think 5 months ago, we were planning to start with maximum 5 African countries. Till today, we reached to 8 African countries, and we got many other countries who are interested to join the challenge. And I think this is a very good start for the Africa IoT and AI challenge. From our goals in the region, we are keen to develop a capacity building and pre-incubation program for African talent who are interested to develop startups to be qualified in the area of the AI and IoT. Based on that, we got a great support from our international, regional, and local partners. Thank you very much for the IEEE African Council, who believed in this competition and provide all needed support to accelerate the start of this challenge all over Africa. Thank you for all countries who started the competition. Thank you for the Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industry for taking this responsibility to run this challenge in Kenya. And thank you for all local partners who are doing a great job to deliver such a great competition. I'm so happy to be with you now, and let's start the closing ceremony and hear about the success startups and successful graduation project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's an honor and pleasure to have you, and thank you for sharing that keynote speech and also the journey that that has come about in regards to bringing the Africa IoT and AI Challenge to other African countries. So thank you very much for that. I'd also like to welcome Director Mushiri. Not sure also if Director Rama is here. Yes, thank you. You are here as well. So I'd like to welcome you both, and also Director Pravin from KNCCI. Director Mushiri, would you like to go ahead?
Okay, thank you very much, Favor, and thank you very much, Mr. Aboud, as well as the team from Egypt for the work that you've done in putting together this challenge and the competition, this prestigious competition. We want to continually just appreciate the responsibility you gave to the chamber, and I believe that as a chamber we have had an excellent time of cooperation with the team in Egypt, as well as the leadership that has taken the leadership role in this activity. For us, this heralds a new opportunity in terms of creating a platform for the Africa Free Trade Continental Area that began the 1st of January this year. And we see this as an opportunity to continually foster opportunities to grow the inter-Africa trade from the current position that it is to where we hope to have Africa trade in the ranges of 50 to 60%. Over and above that, we really want to appreciate the efforts that have been put in by the team, and I believe towards the end of the ceremony we shall be having giving thanks to the organizing team, as well as the sponsors, as well as the winning teams that have successfully concluded this process. I want to wish the finalists all the best, even as they prepare to journey to the next step, such that then we wish them all our best, and God bless them as they prepare to have themselves present their ideas and their startups as finalists in the process. So thank you very much, and God bless you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Director Mushiri. Director Rama or Director Pravin, would you like to share? Or in case maybe the there's a representative as well from the Vice President's office as well, the Chamber Vice President.
Thank you very much, Favor. I just want to extend the appreciation to the team that has been able to put this together, and the team from Egypt for considering Kenya, and more so considering the Chamber of Commerce to lead this particular challenge. So I just want to say thanks, and I hopefully in the next for next year we can be able to begin the activities way earlier, so that we may be able to have more time to be able to work on the challenge. Otherwise, thank you very much. I think we're still expecting Dr. Ruto to join. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So thank you very much. Would like to proceed. Director Pravin, would you like to share, or should we proceed?
Thank you very much. Mine is just to have a congratulation to everyone part of this team, including yourself, the team from Egypt, for a wonderful competition being put together. My congratulations to all the team who have been selected and for participating. And as Director Rama has just said, probably we can start preparation for next year early and in good time, so that we can have a larger number working together and making this competition a great success. So once again, kudos for a great work done by everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So we'd like to proceed as well. I'm not sure if Mr. Mohammed Sameh from Benya is here with us as well.
Actually, Mr. Mohammed Sameh couldn't make it, so we are having instead Mr. Yasser Serri from Benya too. So,
Great.
Mr. Yasser, can you hear us?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yasser. I'm from Benya capital. As you all know, Benya is the official sponsor of the event. This event is of great importance to us. What happened in the past couple of years had great impact on all the young calibers in the African continent. We have all seen the youth and the young calibers strive to pass this hard couple of years that changed their lives. It changed their lifestyles. They merited a medal of honor for these past couple of years. And to be able to show appreciation to these young calibers, we have decided to sponsorship this event with the IEEE TEMS. So please allow me to thank everyone on board of this event, capacity building event, the IEEE TEMS, Dr. Eric from the Chamber of Commerce, the Safaricom Foundation, the Kansas City, the Viscar Industrial Capacity, the KNCCI, all, each and everyone who was responsible of making this a success. I would like to take this opportunity to give you a brief about Benya Capital. Now, Benya is one of the trusted entities that has become a leader in the ICT infrastructure enablement in the region of the Middle East and in the African region. We have great expansion plans towards the African countries, and that's how our research and development has planned this capacity building program with the IEEE TEMS to be able to understand the impact of the artificial intelligence and the IoT on the sustainable economic growth of these countries. We have selected 5 countries to start with, and hopefully more countries will be coming into the program, which proved to be a great opportunity to understand what are the new technologies and how are this generation thinking of the future. These will be the champions of the future that we need to support and show appreciation. Benya has great plans of expansions. In a while, we will be announcing Benya Ventures. Benya Ventures will be the venture capital arm of Benya Capital that will be looking into the entrepreneurship ecosystem and supporting the young calibers and the startups across the region. We have also great plans for these startups. We will start in Egypt and we will expand in the region. So please let me thank all the teams involved in this capacity building program, and hopefully congratulate all the winning teams that merited this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing that speech. So look forward to working with you, Mr. Yasser Seri, and also hoping you come and visit Kenya as well. So thank you very much as well from Benya and all you've done to make this possible in different countries. And as you'll also get to meet the Kenyan teams when they come for the international finals. And I think that'll be a great opportunity as well. So thank you. For all our guests, I'd like to welcome you again. Not sure Abdurrahman is Mr. Ahmed Al-Bahari from Wakandai. Is he here today?
No, Mr. Amr Karim, and I'm not sure if he's among one of our hosts or panelists now. I tried to contact him, but I'm not sure if he's here. So, Mr. Amr, if you can hear us. Okay, I think he's unable to connect now, and I think we can go on until he fixes his problem with the connection.
All right, great. Thank you. That's all right. So we'll move on to the section where we introduce the teams. So we have different teams from different spaces in the IoT and AI field. So the main teams that will be presenting today are the top 10 teams. And for the top 10 teams in any order, it's not ranked in any category, but we have the Shaba, we have Modway Designs, we have Finer Technologies, we have Swift Lab, we have Firebrand, we have Roweba, we have Wi-Fi SAS, we have Neuralabs Africa Limited, we have Agritech, and we have the biometric attendance machine. So these different startups are operating in different fields in the IoT and AI space. We have the Shaba, which is focusing on social commerce, e-commerce in the IoT and AI space, where they have a platform that they're providing a solution for community artisans. They're also providing a platform for impact-centric customers who are very conscious about fair trade and sourcing for fashion items that are applying techniques and aspects that have fair trade considerations. And then we also have Modway Designs that has an IoT an AI-based lighting solution for rural and developing rural communities and marginalized communities across developing countries. We also have Finer Technologies that has an agricultural solution for smallholder farmers across Kenya and Africa and are looking to scale. We have Swift Lab Technologies, which is a startup focusing on drone technology for agricultural use, medical use, and logistics use. We have Firebrand that have an emergency solution that is focused on the startup space, yes, but they're focusing on users, on consumers in regards to offering their solution to enable emergency service providers and users to be able to access live data and a few other solutions as well. So thank you all very much for that. We also have Rueba, which is a solution for children in specifically infants in hospitals in developing countries to offer an incubation solution that is affordable, accessible, and they'll be able to share more as well. We have Wi-Fi SAS, which is a security solution using IoT and AI technology. And their focus is on small businesses, homes, and public facilities that need wireless security solutions. Then we also have Neuralabs Africa that have an IoT and AI-based image recognition technology solution that focuses on X-ray image analysis and insight and support for users, being medical facility work practitioners, so medical officers, doctors, and other experts such as surgeons, etc. We also have Agritech, which have an IoT and AI agricultural solution for farmers. And their solution is also looking to not only enable farmers and offer insights, but enable them to be scalable in regards to their farming practices with precision farming. We also have the biometric attendance machine, which is an IoT-based solution that enables students to be able to, teachers in schools to be able to take attendance across schools wirelessly and in a digital manner, being they have a device that enables them to take attendance, have reporting done to the school, parents, and stakeholders alike. So I thank you all for the teams that made it this far to the top 10. So we will be proceeding to the pitches as well. So the first team that will be beginning their pitch today will be the Shaba. For the Shaba, we have Gloria Kisilu and her partner Grace Kisilu, who's
before
also
beginning, do we have any other speakers who was not able to join early? If we have anyone didn't give his speech, he can give it now. I see some new faces joined us.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. So the Shaba, hold on shortly.
And I am asking again, if anyone is having his name wrong, please rename yourself so that we can know you. Anyone who is named AI and IoT Africa by default, you need to change your name to your original name so we can know you.
Seems no one joined. Okay, we can start.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So, to the teams, I hope you're ready. To the Shaba. Are you ready?
Yes, I want to share my screen.
Go ahead. So you'll let us know as soon as you're ready to start.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Not yet. I think it's still loading.
Okay. I'm being told I can't share my screen while other participants are sharing.
Okay, let me check
Yeah.
on that.
Okay.
All right, try again.
Yes, now I can.
Go ahead. So remember, you have 3 minutes for the pitch, and then you will have a minute for Q&A. In case the judges have any final questions, they'll be sure to call upon you. So as soon as you're ready, let me know and you can begin.
I can start right now.
Great, go ahead.
My name is Gloria Kisilu, and I will be presenting the Shaba, where we digitize culture. Penina is one of our best basket weavers in Machakos, but the challenge she faces is lack of access to larger markets, mainly because of a huge digital divide and the presence of middlemen. She is among 3 million artisans in Africa who face the similar challenge. On the other hand, the global artisan economy is a $34 billion industry, and Africa accounts to 38% of this. Emma is a business owner, but does not know how to tap into this market, mainly because she needs a one-stop shop where artisans with different skill sets are all there together, and she's also heavily reliant on middlemen, which makes her inventory prone to so many errors. Our solution then is to connect Emma and Penina through tech, and we're able to do this through a digital supply chain and a smart community center. Smart, right? So how does it work? Emma logs into our platform, places an order. The order goes directly to where Penina is through a smart community center, and after processing, it's delivered to where Emma is. So how do you use IoT? Through our smart sensors, we have been able to make track of our inventory, and a report is generated. So how does this help Emma or Penina? Emma is able to see how many stock we have left, and Penina is able to make the orders before her stock runs out. The functionality in our system is direct order placement, tracking order system, payment method, all in real time. The technology we use is that we are able to predict market demand using AI through Google Analytics, smart sensors in our warehouse, stable 3G network and data bundles, M-Pesa for payment, and our app is built on Android Studio. So why choose us? We are a one-stop shop for artisans with different skill sets. We have integrated our system with our members, making the whole process very efficient, all in real time. So how then do we make our money? Through membership fee to our members only, the sale of prints and patterns, and transaction fee on our platform. We were able to carry out our first pilot project in Machakos, which was a huge success and lots of impact. Our traction so far has been working with over 100 artisans in 2 different regions and having a smart community center. Our team is mostly made up of IT experts, and these are some of the few programs that we have been able to do in our team. So what does the future look like for us? We plan to scale geographically with our marketplace, have a smart warehouse similar to what Amazon have, as well as venture into the virtual games and realities, as well as classes, and also have the Shaba experience. Thank you.
All right, wow, great. That was really good. So for the judges, do you have any questions for them?
Hello, Gloria. This is Latif Chirono from Gearbox. So thank you for setting the tone on an excellent presentation for today. And also congratulations on reaching this part of the competition. What I'd like to hear from you is, how do you see AI and IoT being able to leverage efficiency and adding value to your customers, both at the artisan end and the customer end? And maybe what you can talk about is what you've done so far prior to coming to this competition, and maybe where you see the avenues are for leveraging these technologies. If you can help us with that. Thank you.
Okay. So far what we've been able to do is have a smart community center whereby artisans have access to our platform and they're able to receive their orders. And on the other hand, we've been able to integrate our systems with our members, making the whole system very efficient and very effective. How we see this growing is that we want to enable machine learning on our platform. Not only that, we want to really expand the tech aspect of things and have things such as virtual realities for the communities and artisans. This will help us not only grow, but also artisans will be able to earn extra revenue through other models or other forms in our platform. Other than that, we also want to make sure everything that we have is smart, in that our products or what artisans have is market driven. This will be especially on the AI side, in that when artisans have their product, we are sure that the market is going to take their product.
Great, thank you very much for answering my question. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Latif Cherano. Thank you very much, Gloria. So up next, we'll give the judges a minute to review, and up next we'll have the Modwa designs and the team leader is Durango. Durango, are you there? Are you ready?
Before Gloria leaves, I do have a question for her.
Okay, go ahead.
Gloria, how does your system give a back office for the artisans? I know you mentioned that you're able to, as an artisan, you're able to track your orders, you're able to track your stock, but does it also have a balance sheet? Does it have some form of cash flow and integration with the banking systems?
Yes, this is Grace from the Shaba team. So from the back end, our artisans are able to get their M-Pesa statements. They're able to know how much they're being paid. And also they are able to know which order is coming in. Have they been paid the deposit or the full amount? So on the artisan side, yes, they can be able to receive that financial statement. They can be able to receive any financial accounting, because we use M-Pesa for payment. They can be able to track down in the next, the past month, how much have they earned? The past year, how much have they earned? All this is integrated within our system.
Thank you, Gloria, for that. Is the system also, is it only for artisans or farmers as well? Can it also integrate with farming value chains?
Yes, the system can be integrated with other industries as well. For this pilot project, we're able to work with artisans, but it can be replicated in other industries.
All right, that's all from my end. Thank you, Gloria, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gloria. Thank you, Director Mushiri. So I think we can move on next to the next team. So Modwa Designs, are you ready? Durango, are you ready?
Favor, I think we are having Mr. Amr Karim from Wakandai. I know he's a bit late, but finally he's here. So I want to make sure that he can hear us.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I can hear you, but I'm now a bit late. I got an invitation to 2:25 in Egyptian time, and basically I just got text that the meeting got pushed forward. That's why I just joined now.
Yeah. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, but this is how it was gone. So we've been waiting for you. And
no problem. Sure. Yeah, I can stop my word now.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be with you. My name is Amr Karim. I'm the MD of Wakandai Ventures. You need me to share my video. Okay, just a second. Okay, my name is Amr Karim. I'm the MD of Wakandai Ventures. I'm really delighted and honored to have a word among the respectable speakers in this closing ceremony of Kenya IoT and AI Challenge. I think coming to an end tells us that everyone contributed and participated in this challenge is, for me, is considered a winner, because we all learned something about the present of the technology, and absolutely that everyone who got participated in this challenge will do something in drawing a step forward on the technology future in our continent, Africa. Talking about the IoT and AI, I think that both technologies are the heart of digital transformation, because AI and IT will impact and reflect on every aspect of the business verticals, whether it's in agriculture, telecom, industrial, automotive, you name it. AI and IT will be found in every single aspects of our life, and that's how those both platforms are considered the top of the pyramid of the technology that we need to focus on. I think at the conclusion, we and Wakandai are determined to contribute to the transformation of our continent, and we are here to support the talents to expedite their plans and turn the bold statements to tangible benefits. Thank you, everyone, and I hope a bright future for every one participated in this channel. Till we meet again. Thank you and cheers.
Thank you very much for that, and we look forward to having you in Nairobi as well, to visit Kenya.
Hopefully, yes. With great pleasure. I love Kenya. I'd love to come over for one time. Yeah, of course. I love. It's on my top of my list. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Mr. Durango Mburu from Modware Designs, are you ready to go?
I'm ready, and I'll start by sharing my screen, then I'll switch back to the video.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
It's loading, so I guess you could give it a minute. Could you try resetting and try again?
Okay, let me try again.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Not yet. It's not yet showing. Did it confirm to you about sharing screen?
Yeah. Try again.
All right. In case you're having challenges, would you like me to share screen on your behalf?
Yeah, please.
All right. Give me a second then. Great. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's loading.
All
Yeah,
right.
there. Good.
Great. So as soon as you're ready to start, you can proceed.
Okay, my name is Dirango from Udo Designs. The problems that we face, most households in Kenya don't have access to an electrical power backup system, yet we are prone to frequent power blackouts. Our solution, if you kindly go to the next page, we have designed and built a solar lampshade that is IoT based. We harness artificial light from electrical bulb. We store that energy in a battery. Then we power LED bulbs that are able to provide power backup. We use IoT to monitor the battery charging cycles. AI helps us to improve the efficiency of the charging system. And AI will also help us to detect early signs of failure. Solution features, our lampshade offers backup lighting whenever there's a power blackout. We're able to get real-time data from the battery charging levels using IoT, and the lampshade can be controlled remotely using IoT. If we go to the third page, our competitors are Camisafe and Delight. Our products are different since we generate electricity from artificial light of the electrical bulbs. We're also able to customize products based on our client specification. In Kenya, approximately 6 million households are connected to the electrical grid. We earn our revenue by selling the lampshade. So far, we've developed a fully functional prototype. In future, we plan to acquire more users for a prototype, and we also plan to mass produce our product. On the last page is our team members, Dirango Mboro, myself as the founder and product developer, and Robert Mohia as the marketer. Now I'd like to switch to the video so that I can demonstrate my product. Thank you. Hi, everybody. With me, I have the solar cell lampshade. The key components are the LED bulbs at the center, the solar cell lampshade, and the solar cell on the rear side. Then we have the PCB circuit that enables us to charge. We also have the lithium-ion battery in pink. On the breadboard, we have the Node MCU, and on the farthest end, we have our laptop, which enables us to check and view data that has been pushed into the server. Now I switched directly to how our product works. When there's electricity, the LED bulb at the center energizes the solar cells on the rear side. The artificial light is harnessed. The PCB board enables us to charge the LED, the lithium-ion battery, which is pink. Then the Node MCU enables us to monitor the charging cycles of the battery. From the Node MCU, we are able to push that data into the server. So when there's a power blackout, the LED goes off, then you use your remote, you're able to switch your LED lights for backup. These LEDs are now consuming the energy from the lithium-ion battery. The Node MCU is able to monitor the power consumption of the LED bulbs, and from that, it also pushes that data to our server. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Durango. And that was a really good presentation and an amazing innovation. So I'd like to quickly jump to the judges. Might you have any questions for Modware Designs?
Hi, good afternoon, Durango. Thank you very much for your presentation. This is Latif Chirono from Gearbox. A question I'd like to ask you is on your prototype, is this your first iteration of a design? And what I'd like to understand is how are you, because what you're trying to produce and the market that you're trying to target is quite a price conscious market. So how are you, or what are your plans to leverage either IoT and AI in reducing that cost to meet your target market? Thank you.
Thank you, Latif. The product, it's been quite a journey. I've done some few iteration before this stage. So it's an ongoing process up to now. In terms of the cost, I agree with you. Currently, because I'm doing prototyping, it's quite costly. But we hope when we're able to do a mass production, that will be able now to make our costs go down. But the idea for now, for our early user customers, we'll just be charging them a very low price just to enable them have the device. They use the device, then we learn from their usage, we get feedback. And then by the time we are able to acquire more guys, we'll be able to do a mass production, then the cost will be a little bit lower. But currently, we'll not be selling for profit. We'll just be selling to acquire customers and learn from their usage and also to acquire feedback from them.
Great, thank you very much for that answer. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, thank you very much for that, Latif Chirono and Durango. That was a really great presentation. So we'd like to take a quick break to jump into by the Vice President of KNCCI, Dr. Eric Ruto, as he shares a bit about what he does at KNCCI and their passion for technology and their role, especially the Africa IoT and AI Challenge. So I'd like to welcome you, sir, to proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. And as you introduced, my name is Dr. Rutoke Eric, and the Chamber Vice President for Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's indeed an honor. It's indeed an honor for us as a chamber and the business community in Kenya to have been chosen as a host for AI and Internet of Things for the African region. As a Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is that we are a business membership organization, purposes for networking, trade facilitation, promotion, and of course, equally lobbying to make sure that there's good environment for us to be able to conduct business. To add to that is that at the chamber, we have a standing committee for ICT and security, which is headed by Mr. Engineer Rabba Madiba, who is part of this team. And we indeed are privileged, and we really take seriously the disruptions that are happening, especially in technology. And one of them, as you are discussing now, is artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. So we are seeing as ourselves to be able to provide livelihoods, especially now for the young people. We know Africa, with the population approximately 70% is youthful. So for us to build livelihoods, create employment, and even be able to export even technology from Africa. Therefore, at the Chamber of Commerce, we'll be able to, one, provide the platform, be able to even to advertise your ideas through our network, and of course, even also create networks for the innovators who are here. And in addition to that, also, I know capital will be an issue. So we'll definitely, we have partners who are willing to fund such kind of projects, especially if it's go now from level 1 to level 2, where there's a track record of income, and they can be able to invest in terms of now large scale production So therefore, I would like to congratulate the people who are doing this innovation. I've just seen the one for Mr. Nirango. I say thumbs up and congratulations for this very beautiful idea. Thinking of green energy and recycling of energy. I think it is something that it is recycling and recycling of energy. So I would say it's a very fantastic innovation. It's our environment. Of course, it will be able to be affordable. So therefore, as a Chamber of Commerce, we are ready to partner with you in terms of technology. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much for that and making time to come and join us, Dr. Recruito, and all your support as well. So with that, we'll also jump into the next section, being the next pitch, which will be done by Finer Technologies, which is led by Derek, who is one of the founders. So Derek, I hope you are ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Great, great.
Begin sharing my screen. I hope you can all view my screen.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, hello, I'm Derek from Team Finer, presenting Shamba Assistant. Meet Helen. Helen is a small-scale farmer in Murang'a County, Mokarara Ward. Like many other small-scale farmers, she's faced with unpredictable erratic weather patterns, soil degradation challenges, pests and diseases, and also market uncertainties. She describes small-scale farming as trial and error, not knowing what seeds to plant and what farm inputs, such as fertilizer, to supplement her crops with. Helen represents 37% of Kenya who live on degraded land. Needless to say, they experience up to 55% reduction in farm productivity. For this reason, we have designed Shamba Assistant, an IoT data collection tool supported by an AI data collection analytics service to analyze collected data and give actionable feedback to farmers, which will help them reduce their extension service cycle from 2 weeks to just 15 minutes. Shamba Assistant collects data from 3 major subcategories. 1, soil profiling data, crop imagery data, and also geolocation data. This data is transmitted to the cloud for analysis to determine the soil condition, the nutrients deficiencies, pests and diseases attacking the crops. From the generated inferences by the AI model, best remedies, i.e. fertilizer and supplement input, pesticide and disease control measures are determined and feedback is then communicated to the user. We have an advantage of our competitors because of the ability to do both soil profiling and crop imagery data analytics, GIS mapping in order to provide localized weather data pattern insights, and the ability of the platform to work with feature phones, commonly known as Mulikamwizi, to convey feedback to the farmer, and also access of all features of the platform via a USSD service. Our target market is 70% of farmers without access to any extension services, but are willing to adopt data-driven agricultural practices after training them on its benefit. And this represents approximately 3 million Kenyan farmers. We aim to deliver value and also capture revenue through a combination of different business and pricing models, which mainly include subscription model based on the group, on a group or a cooperative, and also farmer and individual farmer needs and direct sales of the Shamba Assistant. From training provided by IoT Kenya Challenge, we had a chance to develop a prototype and test it out in model farms in Murang'a County. Therefore, helping 17 farmers, including Helen, to reduce their cost of production and increase their yields. Helen recorded a fantastic 36% increase in her seasonal yields just after her harvest, which was last Friday. We plan to expand to 34 wards of Murang'a County after completion of the minimal viable product, which is currently underway. And we are hoping to raise 20,000 USSD to facilitate this process. My team includes 5 core members involved in the development of these products, spanning with knowledge from electrical design, product design, agronomy, full stack development, and also an AI developer. We all grew up in farms, and we are driven by the zeal to leverage fourth industrial technologies to advance agriculture in Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that was a really good presentation. And I'm glad that you're passionate about it and you have a really great team as well. So jumping into the next section, I'd like to welcome the judges if they have any questions as well.
Good afternoon, Derek. Thank you for your excellent presentation and your enthusiasm, which comes across loud and clear. So we appreciate that. What I'd like to know is on your current prototype that you're developing, because you're going into a field that is getting to be quite crowded, although it has a lot of potential. Maybe if you could just expand a little bit on how you are looking to leverage your competitive edge and using AI and IoT really to set yourself apart from your competition. Maybe just elaborate on that a bit, please. Thank you.
So we use IoT to transmit the data right from the farm to now the cloud service. And we realized the biggest problem facing farmers, which we've been working on that edge, is that they actually work on suspicions. Maybe there's a certain type of disease, and they just go and give a rough, like a kind of a rough idea to the agronomy or the agrovet attendants, and they're given just any medication. So what if you can capture this image and an AI model will do analysis to determine the exact strain of diseases and the best remedy for it. So that is where the AI comes in, and now it gives feedback directly to the farmer. Unlike before where testing is done, a service officer comes in, tests the soil, and it takes around 2 weeks to get feedback on what deficiencies are missing to your soil. The sensors are able to give the information right there and right then. So within 15 minutes, the information has been, at most 15 minutes, the information has been uploaded on the cloud, exact insights derived and sent back to the farmer. And actually, we are working with a model, the AI model, to translate from English to their local vernacular languages. And currently we have started with Kikuyu.
Thank you for that, especially that last part. It really speaks to you solving the problem right on the ground to a regional and removing language as a barrier to technology. So thank you for that, Derek.
Thank you.
Thank you, Derek, for a nice presentation. My name is Billy. I think my question will be on the. I'm just particularly interested on how you helped Helen improve her yields, and generally from a point of decision. So I'd just like to know, for example, like, could you just take me through the process on what exactly your solution provided to Helen, and for how long have you been working with her, and how was she able to take advantage of your advice, and how was the sort of output like? Just take me through the process.
Okay, so with the prototype, we had just the NPK sensor. And in this case, Helen used to buy fertilizer, just lime adding to a field, and never knew why am I doing or why am I adding this type of fertilizer. So this time we told Helen, Helen also runs a goat farm. So just use the organic manure. And then when she applied the organic manure, we had to wait for about 2 weeks. Then we tested the soil. Then we realized that it's only phosphate that was needed to be added, and phosphate was added on, for phosphate that was added on a farm, and that actually drastically changed the cost of buying fertilizer, because she used already what she had in the exam and only went to get a specific type of nutrients for her soil. More to that, at a certain period, we got the armyworm started eating her leaves. So luckily, we had just trained our model on that, and it was able to detect it effectively. In that case, we worked with an agronomy who we are developing a database to match the right types of remedy. And because of the access from the agronomy, this time the agronomy was not automated, but in future all that will be automated. He was able to know what kind of pesticide to buy and apply to our crops.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Amazing.
Hi, Derek.
Hi.
What I wanted to ask is, do you offer, my name is Farida from Gearbox. What I wanted to ask, do you offer this as a service subscription, or does each farmer, do you have to install it for each farmer, so that to install the whole device so that you're able to collect this data, or is this on a subscription basis?
Okay, so because the devices are quite expensive for individual farmers, what we have done, we have trained people whom we call the local youth champions. This device is very simple to use, so does not require a lot of training on it. So they have the device where they'll go to the field on request by the farmer and take the measurements. So that the payment will be on subscription.
Okay, thank you. I also want to know, what is your power consumption at the moment for the amount of data you guys are collecting?
The power consumption? Hello?
Yes.
Maybe you can elaborate further.
I wanted to know, when the device is on site, how is it powered, and what is the power consumption? Because if we're talking of places, on remote places, some places are not, connected to the grid. So how are you powering this, and what is the consumption cost or something?
Okay, so the battery, the device has an onboard battery, which it only uses peak power when transmitting data, which is less than a minute or so during the operation. And then, interesting about this device, it has a solar panel at the back. So when it's not being used in the farm, the youth champion can be charging it. So capturing as much power as possible back to the device, because we really understand power is a challenge in remote areas.
Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you to all the judges for the feedback and the questions for the team, and thank you to Finer Technologies and the founder, Derek, for sharing and pitching today. So next we'll be moving on to Swift Lab, which where we'll be having two among the founders of Swift Lab, which are Machar and Nelson. So I hope you are.
I had a question.
Yes. Yes. Dr. Mashiri, go ahead.
And this is for our previous speaker. At full capacity, I noticed the ask was for $20,000. But at full capacity, what is the revenue model for the platform? Does it include revenue models for the youth champions? Does it include revenue models for the different players, including the fertilizer providers and people like that, and as well as the end user, the farmer?
Derek, are you there? Derek, are you there? Okay, so it looks like Derek may be having some technical issues. So
yeah, sorry for that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Derek, go ahead.
I did not hear the question.
Sorry, Director Mashiri, do you think you could ask the question again?
Okay, hi Derek. My question was, I noticed you ask for this particular platform was $20,000.
Yes.
But at full scale, does your platform consider revenue verticals from people like the youth enterprises, the youth farm, the youth what do you call them, the extension workers?
Okay.
So that it's sustainable, and then also does it include the revenue streams from suppliers within the ecosystem? People like the agrovets. I've noticed that you include the agrovets. You've included people like suppliers, different suppliers. How does it include all these players in the verticals, the various verticals?
Okay, so from our business model, so we have in this case where we're charging the subscription in terms of the farmer. So that one we're charging subscription to the farmer. But I would come here where we have our tertiary business model. Here because we are acting as a go between farmers and agro products, so we can get a fee by referring farmers and actually delivering these pesticides to farmers. So that is the aspect we are currently looking out. We are yet to go into the market pilots, but we just concluded a survey which we asked farmers more about the amount they think is appropriate for the charges and this service. So we have not like really deeply dived into, which is an area we're still looking for mentorship and guidance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you very much. So next we will be proceeding to the next team, which are Swift Lab, and we'll be having Machar and Nelson. Machar and Nelson, are you there?
Hi, we're here.
Great. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. All right. Great. Go ahead.
Okay, before we begin, can you see our screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, so, okay, so, hi, my name is Machar, the Avionics lead at Swift Lab Limited, and I'm joined, just a moment, and I'm joined by our head of manufacturing, Nelson Owade. We identified a gap. We identified a gap in the drone manufacturing market in Africa, which when exploited, could help solve the continent's logistics problems. Due to poor road infrastructure, more than 600,000 people in rural Africa cannot access critical goods and services, especially in healthcare. As a solution, we developed a vertical takeoff and landing medium payload cargo drone. with a 70-kilometer range and a 4 kg per payload. The drone is AI-enabled, capable of autonomous flight, dispatch, flying, and also handling emergency situations. We conducted a HIV case study in Turkana, where we found that it took 8 hours to deliver HIV viral loads from clinics in remote areas to an aggregate center in Lodwar. The viral loads were then sent to a central lab in Eldoret for testing, leading to a test result turnaround time of up to 13 days. Moreover, the logistics cost up to 70% of the medical budgets. With drones, we can reduce the time between remote clinics and the aggregate center in Lodwar from 8 hours to 40 minutes, decreasing the turnaround time for results to 24 hours, while saving 20% of the costs.
So we have two main competitors in the drone manufacturing and logistics market in Africa, that's Zipline and Wingcopter. Our VTOL drone gives us greater scalability at lower costs compared to Zipline. And with a 4-kilogram payload, we also deliver a higher payload than Wingcopter and Zipline, whose payload capacities normally range between 1 to 3 kilograms. The targeted market customer segments in logistics and manufacturing are logistics and distribution companies, cargo drone operators, the military, e-commerce companies, governments, and NGOs. Our business model is divided into 3 verticals. Under logistics, we make money through medical deliveries and parcel deliveries. Under manufacturing, it's through direct sales and leases. And other services are related drone services such as drone crop spraying and mapping and surveying, etc. So far, we have received approvals to manufacture and operate drones in Kenya from the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. We've also built and tested 2 prototypes. And this month, we signed an MOU with Kenya Posta for drone manufacturing and delivery operations, which will begin in February next year. We are also planning to begin commercial production in January next year. This is the co-founding team of SwiftLab. They have a combined experience of 20 years in aircraft design and drone operations. They've also participated as keynote speakers at international forums and won international awards such as the IATA Air Cargo Awards of 2017. They're supported by a brilliant young team of aeronautical engineers with varying specializations ranging from artificial intelligence and machine learning to structural and manufacturing engineering. Thank you. Any questions? And I have to apologize for the video issue.
All right, great. Thank you very much for that. So we'll jump into the questions from the judges. So judges, you're welcome to ask them any questions that you may have.
Hi, SwiftLab team. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. This is Latif Charona from Gearbox. Just have to say, fantastic product. And this is the type of innovation that we're looking forward to come out of Africa and across the continent, solving the problems that we have. What I'd like to hear from you is how you're going to leverage, especially AI and machine learning, and IoT technologies to improve your drones in service delivery and maybe in improving the product iteration. So maybe just speak a little bit to that. That would be my question to you. Thank you.
All right, Latif, thanks for the question. How we are actually leveraging IoT and AI. As we mentioned, we use AI for autonomous flight and also for autonomous flight dispatch. That means we use computer vision for object identification, tracking, and also classification. During our flight, every drone flight, we use cameras to record the flight, identify objects, and also maneuver around them. I have a small demo of a video we took, and I'm sharing it right now. So this is one of our algorithms. We took this video on our drone, the prototype, and in it you can see that it's identifying the objects like the trays. We trained it to identify the trays, the buses, and it's maneuvering around them. This is a automated landing system for the drone. So as you can see, we are moving we're moving away from the obstacles, and this is all automated, AI enabled. This will enable us to perform our flights in the field safely, and also when we lose network connections, we are still operating.
Thank you. Thank you very much for clarifying that. And I appreciate the demo video. Thank you again.
Hi, Nelson. My name is Billy from Oracle. Thank you for the nice presentation on the drone technology as well. My question will be generally on the core business. So I understand you're still you're still in the drone service industry and also in the manufacturing at the same time, and also other aggregated services, for example, crop things like fertilizer, applying fertilizer for drones. So I just need to understand, for example, what's your core business model like, and what's your core focus for the company in terms of the product and the service that you're offering, as well as and what are some of the next steps that you are looking towards from this stage going forward?
Our core business is in manufacturing, with the view to operate for logistics. That's the core focus of the company. For the services section, those are what we would call low-lying fruits that we can actually capture at the moment to generate some much-needed revenue to fund the manufacturing side of the business, because that's it's kind of cost-intensive. Yeah.
Okay, so at this moment, so what traction have you sort of established in your core business in as far as manufacturing is concerned? Do you have any sort of customers or any sort of pre-requests from customers up until date, or any interest from the client marketing as far as the drone models are concerned so far that you've worked within the manufacturing section?
Excited.
And operating from next year February, but the MOU actually is already in action. They're manufacturing a drone for them for now at the moment that we operate in February. And then we also have Dove Air, who have shown intent, have shared a letter of intent to buy up to 10 drones from us. Dove Air is a drone operator in South Africa. We also have We Robotics, who have also shown their intent to operate our drones for medical deliveries and blood deliveries all over Africa. Kenya Space Agency, as we speak, none of the co-founding members have attended this meeting because they're doing a project for the KSA in Konza. And Laikipia, we have a deal with them to manufacture drones and fly and do pilot projects for test deliveries in Laikipia.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Thank you. I think that'll be it for my side. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Swift Labs. Thank you very much to the judges and for that great presentation, Nelson. So we will be moving along to the next presentation that we have for today. So we'll be moving to Fireband, which is led by Alan. Alan, are you ready? Alan Vikiru, are you there?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Good afternoon.
Great.
Yes. Are you ready to go?
Yes, allow me to set up my screen. Yeah, I hope you can all see my presentation.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So I'll start off. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alan Vikiru, and this is my project titled Fireband. So straight onto the problem definition, we see that fireground injuries are those that affect firefighters at the scene of fire emergencies, and they are detrimental to fire services worldwide. In Kenya particularly, we find that fire services are not very well equipped to handle these injuries as they occur and the illnesses that result from them. And this further risks the firefighters from developing short and long-term health complications, psychological issues that affect their productivity over their career, and in the long term, result to their death. So to solve this problem, I designed and developed an IoT-based solution, which consists of majorly two components: the wearable device prototype, which has data collection sensors, a GSM module to relay the data, and a microcontroller to control the functioning of the sensors and modules, as well as a cloud-based data monitoring platform, which aggregates the data sent by the device, analyzes it, and visualizes in the form of graphs and charts. A brief snapshot of how the solution appears. At this point, it's a proof of concept where this is the printed circuit board design containing the microcontroller together with the sensors collecting information on the heart rate, the external temperature, the external humidity, as well as the location of the wearer. And this data is collected and sent over via GSM module embedded on the microcontroller to the cloud monitoring platform, which then analyzes and visualizes the data in various charts. For example, here we have the external temperature chart, as well as the location of the wearer as they wore the device and the path traveled by the wearer. So onto the competitor analysis, we see that Fireband matches with other products that are mostly set for the US market. Here is Panda X, BodyTrack, and WASP, and the Apple Watch, which is set for the international market, where it matches in terms of some functional and non-functional requirements, where we look at biometric data collection, environmental data collection, live location tracking. It is also set out to be a more durable and affordable product compared to its competitors. In terms of the market landscape, the customers we're targeting are government and private fire services, as well as retailers for fire equipment, such as fire extinguishers, who can reach out to other individual firefighters and other emergency service responders. In terms of the market, it's the product will be readily available for use within the target market, which is Kenya, since it's going to be produced and distributed locally. And it's set to expand since firefighter wearable technology is not widely implemented in the market region. Thus, we anticipate that the customer base would increase over time, mostly through referrals. Looking at the revenue, this is still work in progress, where we set to determine the unit cost for each device. But from there, we can anticipate to get revenue from sales for the device, as well as platform setup and maintenance, and also recurrent revenue from maintenance and repair costs, since we'll be the sole proprietor for the product. At the moment, the project is at the proof of concept stage, where we are conducting further testing. It is anticipated that comprehensive testing will occur, where we'll have end users themselves who provide feedback on how to fine-tune the product. Moreover, we seek to have a more intricate design of the prototype, where we'll further modify it to a smaller size to fit as a bracelet or a more applicable wearable device. Other feature plans include implementing security measures, mostly for the data that's going to be sent over the mobile data network, as well as predictive analytic models, which would be developed to find patterns in the health data collected, as well as provide early diagnosis and correlations between the data points. In terms of the team and the sole or core developer at this point, based in Nairobi, Kenya, and in case you need to reach out for any more questions or reach out for any more questions or more of my work, you can reach to me at this web address at alanbikiri.github.io. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alan. And that was a really good presentation and a great innovation as well. So thank you for pushing through to come this far. So I welcome the judges for some questions. Let's please limit it to 2 judges for now because of time as well. So thank you, and please proceed.
Hi, Alan. Thank you very much for your presentation. And on the success of reaching this point in the competition, what I'd like to know from you, have you considered any other customer segments which your product would be able to serve? Because the firefighting community is quite small, if we're looking at it in our region. So which other segments are you looking at to expand or to leverage to grow your product onto scale? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. So this product can further be developed to cater for other customer segments, such as emergency service responders. In this case, we have medical personnel. We can go extended further to the military and even police, where the data can be collected, or rather the condition or the status can be collected to determine whether they're at risk of developing any injuries while they're at service. Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Might there be any other questions from one of the judges?
Hi, Favor. Hi, Alan. Thank you so much for your amazing presentation, and thank you for getting to this point in the competition. When I look at your problem definition, it talks about the states and statistics related to the states. I'm particularly interested in understanding, for example, do you have a view of the market extent in the local context? For example, in as far as, let's say, firefighter injuries, and have you done probably a ground assessment on either through having a conversation with local firefighters, either private or public, just to have an understanding of some of the challenges they face in regards to this, and how is if you have done that, could you just please elaborate more?
Okay, thank you for your question. At the moment, I haven't carried out much analysis locally, but I looked into it as more of the global problem which affects fire services worldwide. And I sought to take the approach of having a solution first, then working to implement or seeing how it would fit to the local community. So I'm yet to carry out my own analysis on how it would branch out locally. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Billy and Tish, with Toronto and Alan. So that was a really good presentation. So next we'll be jumping into the next presentation, which was being done by Rueba, which is led by Abdi Hamid and Gupta. And I believe Gupta will be presenting. So I hope you are ready.
Hi, I'm Kushi Gupta. I'm ready for the presentation.
Great.
Yeah, let me just share my screen.
Go ahead.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Just a second. So is it normal, like the whole screen is being shown?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So hello everyone. This is Ravaba, so remote infant monitoring system. It is heartbreaking to even imagine how millions of mothers in Africa travel long distances for the well-being of their children. Additionally, with the COVID-19 pandemic, it has become even more difficult to make these trips. Can you imagine 5.2 million infants under the age of 5 died in 2019, out of which Africa has the highest number, highlighting the gaps in health. We are not only introducing a new product, but for the very first time in the industry, we're introducing a new service. Revaba is the only remote healthcare solution that provides regular growth monitoring for infants from the comfort of the home, while also getting direct access to the doctor for immediate intervention. The process begins with the registration of the baby. Vital measurements are then taken using the device. We're taking weight using a load cell. We then take temperature using a temperature sensor. Height is then taken using an ultrasonic sensor. Lastly, we take the heart rate using a pulse sensor. And lastly, we take a picture of skin conditions using the device can also store data locally in case of limited internet connectivity. Additionally, our solution is very easy to use, making it accessible. We also have privacy and security implemented into our system through Part of the analysis makes use of artificial intelligence trained using images of different skin tones for inclusiveness and classifies common skin conditions such as chickenpox and eczema. Mothers then receive instant reports through an SMS. On the webpage, alerts are issued for the doctor to intervene immediately. The system then generates aggregated charts that help get better insights of the general health of babies in a particular location. To test and enhance our system, we relied on reviews from external parties such as customer surveys and public health professionals. Users can get their hands on Revaba through our partners or purchase and share it as a community due to its portable nature. On top of the hardware, there's a minimum subscription fee that is borne by the mother. On average, in Kenya, a mother spends $60 for the first 6 mandatory visits after birth, which includes transportation. There are very few solutions similar to Revaba, but when we look at them critically, they all fall short, giving us a very huge market. We have already published the results from our solution. In the future, we will make further improvements to our solution and then collaborate with the local NGO to distribute 100 devices to Machakos, a rural area in Kenya. Meet the team behind the innovation. We have Abdi Hamid Ali, that is in charge of AI. We have Kushi Gupta, myself, that's the project manager, and Jeet Kuhil, that's the software developer. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Weba and Kushi, for that great presentation and just sharing about your passion as well. So I'd like to welcome the judges for some questions. So again, we can proceed from there. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Farid. What I didn't catch and I wanted to know is, how are you transmitting the data that has been collected?
So we're transmitting data through internet. So we did our research. So we transmit around we take measurements that are worth, but we use compression and then transmit 1.1 kb, which can be transmitted using a 2G network at the very least, with a normal feature phone as well that mothers can afford in the rural areas.
So does a mother have to interact, that is keeping in all the data?
Sorry?
What I want to know, do the mothers have to interact with the device when when they're doing in the data collection?
No, so the device takes the data. You just need to place your baby in front of the sensor. The device will automatically take the data and transmit it to a doctor. And the doctor can see how the baby is faring. And that transmission is done almost instantly. And it takes about 3.6 seconds. That is almost in real time. Then the mothers just get alerts on SMS on if the baby is okay or not, so that the mothers are also aware about that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Kushi. Thank you very much for your presentation. It's fantastic. So what I'd like to know, because you are presenting a product that's going into a highly regulated industry. So what I'd like to know is how are you using IoT and AI to try to reduce some of that product development time? Because unlike other people who are in the commercial space and don't have to deal with the regulation, and you have to factor that in, are you trying to be, how are you trying to use innovation to try to reduce that cycle time? Thank you.
I didn't quite get your question. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Let me restate it in an easier way. So you're creating a medical product.
Yes.
So will you be subject to the regulations around that because it's a medical device, or are you designing your product not to fall within the confines of regulations around medical devices? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, got it. So I think so the device does really fall under all the regulations, because since it's a medical device, it has privacy, personally identifiable data as well. It has medical data, so we are subjected to HIPAA laws. We are subjected to privacy, data privacy, and also the medical laws that are in Kenya. So that's why we do face a bit of difficulties with those regulations, getting permission for clinical trials and stuff, but we are working our way towards that. We have approached, we have some contacts in Camry, so we have approached them to see how we can conduct clinical trials in the most legal way possible, and thus also bring our product to the market.
Great, thank you. So I'd like to give you a suggestion there. There is a task force that has been set up. Understanding that there's a lot of innovation around medical devices, and this task force includes all the various sectors within medical device certification. So please, after this, please get in touch and we can put you directly in touch with that task force. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you very much for that. And Latif, Frida, for those questions. And Kushi, good job, as well as your team. So next we'll be proceeding to the other presentations. So for the next team, which is Wi-Fi SAS, I hope you are ready. Right, yes, Clarence. All right, so it looks like Gregory will be presenting on behalf of the team. So Gregory, can you hear us? Gregory, can you hear us? All right. All right, great. He's rejoining.
Hello, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah, I think I had a problem. Maybe I joined as a guest. So our team is Wi-Fi SaaS. I'll just start off with the presentation. Our team is Wi-Fi SaaS. We have our tagline is 6 cents for invisible security and safety. Problem and opportunity. Our problem is about, we know that CCTVs usually take videos of people. So we are simply giving a solution that is different from CCTV, that can be able to track movements, track people or objects in an area or a room where someone wants security to be covered without collecting live videos because of security issues. So the main problems we cited include the privacy concerns with cameras, the high initial cost of installation with CCTVs, the limited capability in terms of value addition. You will find that CCTVs require expensive hardware to track or process the graphics, and then CCTVs, because of they can be noticed, so they are prone to vandalism and theft. Our solution uses data from Wi-Fi Doppler imaging measurements to run a machine learning model that identifies and classifies various parameters of motion as security breaches or safety concerns. Motion is dictated from human movements, pets, animals, or other physical objects. This happens in areas that are geofenced by our Wi-Fi coverage. From the data collected, we collect the frequency of the reflections from the object that is moving, affected by the Doppler shift frequency. Then from there, we are able to give a solution. Our solution now is an IoT device, which consists of a sensor that records the Doppler shift movements. Then the sensor also takes, from the sensor, we have a microcontroller, which does the calculation for the data received. Then the data received is processed to our web platform, and then we get notifications to the customer through a mobile application. Custom machine models which we are currently working on will be used to analyze and improve the analytics, because the data collected has a lot of parameters that we can use machine learning on. Then our competition and market landscape. Okay, for the main use cases include home facilities, business owners, retirement homes for the old age, offices. Basically, any office where movement can be tracked from people or animals, let's say in a fence or a compound. Then our team, we are 5 in number. We have Shannon Mugera, Anthony Mbugwa, Faith Nafula, Mark Ogola, and I think we are mostly from engineering backgrounds and computer science. I think Shannon, if she's joined, she was supposed to take us through the business model. Shannon. Okay, if Shannon is not around, then I'll proceed with the business model. The business model, we are developing a product that will be selling the individual units at a cost of about $50, which is the cost of manufacture. So we'll find out a price for the product later. We aim for a profit margin of 30% per unit. Selling price would range from $62. Then the other point of revenue will be premium subscription features on the web and mobile application, such as SMS notification, data analytics, which will be sent through the app after some various machine learning has been done on the data. Customer validation increase. Okay, selling point is on security and internet connectivity access. Increased security results in client confidence. It's complementary to CCTV cameras, but more likely to be adopted by people in private spaces. Then we also will be using, because it's an IoT product, we might tap into the existing Wi-Fi infrastructure to reduce the cost of installation and maintenance. Progress status, we started about less than 6 months ago, currently at prototype development and testing stage. So future plans, I think there are many options for the future plans. I can share, I have a live demo here. I can share a sample demo for the product. So first I'll share the data. This, if you can see my screen, this the product we created. We are still at the demo and testing phase, but this is the product we created. You can see there's a battery that uses a GSM module. We have an Arduino, then a Wi-Fi Doppler sensor, which I've embedded inside. It works without obstacles, so it can be installed in a place where nobody can see it. Then if you, from the screen, you can see the data that is coming in. If I move this object closer, let's say the sampling and frequency will increase, will reduce, the samples will reduce if I move it closer. And if I move it away, you'll find that the samples increase. This samples also to the amplitude, frequency, and the speed. That is the data we are collecting and we'll be using for machine learning.
So, sorry, Gregory, sorry, 1 second. Maybe you could share the screen that had the demo, because what was being shared was a PowerPoint slide.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think, oh, I found it. Just sharing in a few minutes. Able to see?
I think you'll need to stop sharing and then reshare.
Yeah, are you able
yes,
to see
so
that?
it's showing, yeah, it's showing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this shows the data we collect from the app, from the sensor. As you can see, if I move I have a bottle here I'm using for test. If I move it closer, the samples will increase because they will reduce because the time taken to reach the bottle by the frequency, the wave is shorter. If I take it away, the samples increase. This happens also to the amplitude and the frequency, the changes. So for the amplitude, it can help us determine the various objects. Let's say a metal, it's easy to differentiate a metal from a human hand because a metal will have a higher amplitude than a human hand. Then we created an endpoint for the app using PHP. I can share my screen for PHP if there's still time. So this the data I've been collecting. I collect the data and then send it directly to the a PHP endpoint. Just a minute. So I collected sample data just for today, for the test for today. So you should be able to see the data. Then from the PHP, I have a PHP script which you are supposed to feed the data to a machine learning model, but our model is not yet complete at the moment. But from the data we have, you can be able to demonstrate from the app, you can be able to determine if only a few features without the machine model. Let's say if an object is moving closer to the object, so the app loads. It's a very simple app we just created for the test. This is our first iteration of the product. So from the app, I don't know if you will be able to see because of the reflection of the light. from the app, we can see, we get some, the user will be getting notifications from the app. If you can, I'm not sure if you're able to see my app. Yeah, that's for the app. So I also send a video in case it's not clear. I think that is all for me.
All right, thank you very much, Gregory. So for the judges, welcome to ask the team any questions. And so, yeah, thank you very much, Wi-Fi SAS and Gregory and the rest of your team. I'm not sure if Clarence is here, but yeah, thank you very much. So judges, I welcome you to ask any questions.
Hi, Gregory. Thank you for taking us through your presentation and a demo of your product. What I'd like to understand is how your particular product differs from the competition. So looking at security, how does that differ from CCTV, or what is available? So maybe if you can just talk a little bit about that so we can see where your innovation is. Thank you.
Yeah, so if you compare CCTV and the product we are showcasing, CCTV takes the privacy concerns with CCTV, but with the product, there is no privacy concerns. And then our product will be able to collect data, maybe which can be analyzed with low-cost machine learning models. CCTV requires heavy hardware, but for our product, we just need a small custom model, a small custom machine learning model to be able to process the data. It does not contain graphics, and it's not very cost intensive. Then you also have an advantage because most of the CCTVs have not yet started doing live video analytics in most of the installations that we have around in Kenya. But if we start with this one, we will have the stats. I hope I answered that question. Thank you.
Yes, you did. Thank you for answering the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregory. I think you've put up a very good presentation. I think it's a nice use of new technology that underpins Wi-Fi 6 technology. My question then will be on what would you sort of estimate will be the unit cost of Wi-Fi SaaS as a product vis-a-vis like a unit of a CCTV camera in terms of cost?
In terms of cost, our product is very cheap. When we are developing the prototype, we made sure to use the low-cost materials. This included, instead of using expensive hardware, we resorted the cheapest. Which, let's say, for the GSM, we only need a GSM and a microcontroller, the cheapest that can be there, because the data we are collecting is very it's very small data in terms of the bandwidth that can be needed to transfer it or process it. Then this is different from the CCTV. CCTV, the cameras might be costly, and you might need more cameras to install even in more than one places where there are walls or something like that. So our product is cheaper because of the hardware, but we focus more on the processing of the signal to be able to cover where there is a shortfalls for the
And maybe maybe just to add on that, Shannon, part of the team. So the unit cost of maybe a CCTV ranges from 25,000 Kenyan shillings to 40,000. But for us, the unit cost for producing one unit would be around 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So you can see there's a large disparity on that. So it means that our solution is much more affordable as compared to CCTV cameras. And considering we'll also be using like the Wi-Fi routers, because the Wi-Fi Doppler effect is basically once the Wi-Fi signal like hits an object, there's that signal which reflects back. So that is what we'll be using to monitor like movements. We can be able to analyze that to get like more value addition instead, because CCTV camera is more surveillance. So there's nothing much you can do with that data. But for when you're using the Wi-Fi Doppler imaging effect, we are able to analyze and we can be able to detect if someone is maybe having an emergency, let's say they're fallen down and they need help. So those are some of the use cases that we can be able to achieve with the Wi-Fi Doppler effect. Yeah.
Okay, now looking at the analysis side of things, you've mentioned you'll be using machine learning to analyze this spectrogram sort of frequencies and signals. My question will be, what's your plan in terms of, are you looking to deploy on edge, or are you looking to deploy on a centralized server, and how are you architecting that side in terms of development in that sense?
I think if I can answer that, we can do different models for our product. We can develop a low cost for remote area, then for edge processing, which might need heavy. Okay, for edge processing, it will raise the cost a little bit. So we will have a product that can suit different markets. Yeah, but for a very basic product for a remote place where the connectivity might be low, that is the basic unit. But we can use edge. Will also, because of the Wi-Fi structure, we can install an IoT with the higher IoT protocol, like KNCCI, for large data.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much to Wi-Fi SAS, Frida, Silati Chirano, and Billy Otieno, the judges. So thank you very much. I think that was your partner, the one you mentioned, Shannon, in the background, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Shannon, as well. So next we'll be moving on to the next team, and I hope you're ready. That's to Neurolabs Africa, which is being headed by Tom Jorge. Are you ready?
Hi. Hi, yeah, I'm ready.
Great.
I'm hopeful you can see me as well as see my screen.
Yes, we can see you.
For a moment, we'll discuss how our startup is influencing healthcare using artificial intelligence. Our problem statement lies in the space that in Africa, healthcare services are overused, yet under-resourced. This challenges healthcare providers with a significant burden to diseases. Often, patients will have to wait for more than 72 hours to receive analyzed lab results. This results to reduced chances of survival, especially with fast-killing diseases such as pneumonia, TB, and COVID-19. How can we solve this using artificial intelligence? Let's find out. But first, let's look at a few facts from WHO. According to the World Health Organization, more than 2 million children die annually of acute respiratory infections, most often pneumonia. Globally, respiratory, cancerous, and heart diseases are among the leading causes of death in the world today. Africa is worse affected because of inadequate radiologists. In 2019, according to WHO, 1.4 million people died of TB out of the 10 million who fell sick. TB is the leading infectious cause of death worldwide. Pneumonia remains the biggest killer of children in the world today. About 40% of these deaths occur in Africa, especially in the eastern side. With disease infection still active as the COVID-19 pandemic continues, an automated tool to help identify diseases has the potential to reduce hospital workloads in Africa. Imagine 56 diagnostic imaging centers in Kenya with only 200 registered radiologists to serve a country of 45 million citizens. We have developed a solution that uses AI to identify diseases on chest X-rays in real time. This is just a sample image. Neurosite is capable of classifying over 20 respiratory and heart diseases, which include mass, consolidation, cardiomegaly, at a rate of 1,000 X-rays per minute, which is 1,000 times faster than a human being. We have deployed our solution on the cloud, which is connected to the PAC system, a solution that hospitals use for imaging. This is how the PAC system works. It is connected to the CT scan, the MRI scan, and stores data on a server, and it's viewed on different modalities. We have integrated our AI on the PAC system to enable AI-powered decision making as well as AI-powered results. We have managed to collect over 500,000 X-rays, build and deploy our solution to identify over 20 diseases in real time. We have gained traction from radiologists and hospitals because of our groundbreaking innovation. Our future plans include to automate all lab results as well as venture into other diseases. Please meet the team. For you to understand how seamless the process is, I'll upload one image for you guys to have a look. Imagine a doctor will take an average of 20 minutes to diagnose one image, around 20 to 30 minutes to diagnose one image completely. Our AI solution can do at least 1,000 in a minute. This is the image we just uploaded. That means that no one will have to go home on probably painkillers awaiting diagnosis. Means you get your results instant and we reduce deaths lost, especially to late treatment. Unless you have any questions, I wish to stop there.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Tom, and the Neural Labs team. So next we'll be having the judge. So judges, welcome.
Tom, again, this is really fantastic what you've done, and congratulations to you and your team, not only in reaching this part of the competition, but more importantly, helping to save lives with your innovation. What I would like to know, and maybe you can speak more about this, is what is your business plan? What is your model in leveraging the innovation that you've created, not only in Kenya, but across Africa? So maybe if you can speak a little bit about your plans to do that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We are currently in the testing phase. We are using AI technology alongside radiologists. From their feedback and their impact, we could now think about a market strategy. But first, we know we are dealing with diagnosis. You can never go wrong in diagnosis. So you have to make sure first you solve the problem before even thinking of how to sell the technology. So currently we are focusing on testing, see how radiologists are saying, how accurate are we? How fast are we? How helpful are we? Then we could figure out a way to sell the technology now beyond. But I think we look at what the World Health Organization had said about AI solutions. We want to see the CPT codes, the billing codes, the FDA clearance. Those are procedures we have to follow before we think about probably selling the technology.
Great, thank you. Thank you for being candid about your where you are right now with your solution. Thank you.
I think for me, my question would be around the margin of error. Some of the complications that arise probably from medical examinations and diagnosis is not just the solutions that maybe the doctors would give would not just be based on the diagnosis, but also on the symptoms that present. So I don't know how that would then using your deep learning solution, how that would work together.
Okay,
So
thanks.
then,
Thanks a lot for that question. That's a good question.
Something like remote medication, remote doctors, and you can be able to use doctors from different parts of the world to just to be able to give specialized care.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That's a good question. The PAC system is what most hospitals use, and it's able to have find and symbol. This means you can share data from all over the world. For instance, from where we are doing our testing, I won't mention the hospital, but they receive images from as far as their branches in Uganda, in Somalia, and even in Tanzania, and all branches in Kenya. The analysis is done from the head office. So that is how we are able to connect to, that's how the PAC system is able to connect to millions and millions of hospitals all over. Recently, imagine a doctor. Let me give you a case scenario. Let's talk about, you see this? That is a respiratory disease. This is a heart disease. This is an artery disease. And this is a tissue disease. So imagine if you had to see all these doctors. But with our AI, you can see we can do all that in microseconds we are talking about. That means we're able to deliver quality diagnostic at a much faster rate and more effective and accurately. With the feedback we're getting now, it's positive. It's quite accurate.
Maybe then as something that you'd maybe think about even as you progress your innovation is considering patient histories. So then the patient history also adds into the diagnosis that is being the AI solution is deriving. So then that past history can contribute to the diagnosis that the doctor needs to have in order to make a prescription or something like that.
Thanks a lot. This is just that one. We have a long way to go, and for sure, we'll consider your insightful feedback.
All right, thank you very much for that. I'm not sure if any of the other judges have a question, but I think we might need to proceed because of time. So thank you very much. That was a really great presentation. And thank you as well to the rest of your team at Neurolabs, Tom. Yes, all the best. So next we'll be having Agritech, which is being led by Eric and Eliud. So just to confirm, Eliud is in. Eric, are you there? Eric, can you hear us? So we can see you, but sorry, I think you're on mute. Eric, I think you might have to check on your sound connection. Eric, can you hear us? We can see, but I think you're still on mute. Might need to check your microphone connection. Eric, can you hear us? Sorry, Eric, we still can't hear you. Maybe we could see if we could jump to the next presentation and we come back to you. Is that okay? Because we can't hear you. Are any of the other participants able to hear him?
No, I can't hear Eric either. So favor, I suggest we go to the next participant, and then Eric can maybe just see if it's an audio driver issue, and then we'll get back to him on the next round.
That's okay. So the next is the biometric attendance machine. We'll have Philip, the founder, going next. So we'll proceed. So Eric, hold on a bit. You'll go next after him. Then we'll be able to continue. So Philip, are you ready to go?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can I start?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I start?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. I'm Philip Ganda, and my business partner is Zedekiah Ogina. As you can see, he's also in the meeting, and we have this biometric attendance gadget. I would like to share my screen. I'm using my phone. So this is the company is Rufid's Autotech Solutions. We came up with a biometric attendance gadget that will be used by schools to send SMSs to parents or to the principals.
Sorry. Philip, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear.
Sorry, the screen share hasn't began.
Okay.
So maybe you could try again.
Or can I try again?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, so I think it's now visible.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I would like to go to the next page. Yes, so the biometric attendance system is just a gadget that will be used by teachers or schools to send SMS notifications to the parents, because there's been a problem of transit cases whereby sometimes the students are released from schools and they don't reach home in time, and sometimes even the teachers are supposed to record in a book whenever they enter or leave the school premises for the principals to get the records, but sometimes they end up recording the wrong information. So that's why we decided to come up with a biometric attendance system that will be used to send notifications to the parents about when the students enter or leave the school premises. The machine is also used to send other notifications to the parents, maybe just in general communications, because sometimes the students are sent home with maybe some information to deliver to the parents, but they don't, the parents don't get the information. So the machine is also used to send those notifications using SMSs, and it uses the GSM modules to send the SMS notifications. So the device is rechargeable, it's very user friendly, and we have also our competitors who are the ZK Teco, but this is quite different because it's locally made from some recyclable products like this batteries from old laptops, and it's also very quick. It sends the SMS is very quickly to the parents once the students clock in or clock out. So I would like to maybe demonstrate on how it works, because the product we already have the final product, and we have already started selling the product to the schools. So I would like to demonstrate. So can I go ahead?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the machine, the biometric attendance system. As you can see, it's now on. And once the student clocks in using their figure like this, it will say, for example, this is I, Philip. Then it will to say bye-bye or welcome, depending on the time of the day. Then it will send a notification to the parents. I don't know whether I can also share the screen on the that already arrived. So this is the SMS that has already arrived. Yes, Nyenze has been released from Kakamega Boys. So the SMS, as you can see, it's loading. There are a lot of SMSs in the phone. Yes, this is the SMS. As you can see, Nyenze has been released from Kakamega Boys at 1628, for example. And the teachers will also use will have to use just their phones to send the messages to the gadgets, so that they can control it using their phones. It does not have to be connected to the internet. So that's the machine, how it works, and that's the presentation.
This is great, and this is very well done as well. So thank you very much for that presentation, Philip. So I welcome the judges to be able to share any questions that they may have for Rufed's Auto on their biometric attendance machine.
Hi, Philip. Thank you for taking us through your presentation and demonstration of your biometric attendance. Maybe you can talk a little bit about, because you said you're already selling the product. If you can maybe elaborate on how you plan to scale, one, to scale your device, and then two, talk a little bit more about your revenue, how you intend to get revenue from your innovation, please. Thank you.
Philip, are you there? Philip, are you there?
Okay, sorry. Hello.
Nope.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Philip.
Yes.
Hi, Philip. I had a question for you.
Yes.
You stated that you're already selling your product. So what I'd like to know is, how do you intend to scale or sell more of your product? And two, what's your plan to generate revenue from your biometric attendance system? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. I hope that you can hear me.
Yes, we can, Philip.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Yes, I'm looking forward to selling the machine to different schools here in Kenya, and later maybe to other countries like our neighbors here in Tanzania. We have already been started conducting some people there. And also, we're also looking forward to selling the SMS. We buy the SMSs from maybe a Safaricom or so we get the SMSs from Safaricom or Airtel or any other provider, and we sell the SMSs at a higher rate so that we can get some revenue for us to continue.
I think to add on to what Philip is saying, we also intend to sell the product also to other companies. Like you find that there are companies and other institutions, not necessarily schools, because they are also gonna benefit. They also need to register the attendance when the workers come in and when they get out. So the target clients are not only schools, but also other companies, all the same from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and all that will be interested in this product. Thank you.
Thank you for answering my question.
Great, thank you. Might there be any more questions from the other judges as well? All right. So I think thank you very much to the judges for that and for your questions. Thank you, Philip, as well, and your partner. So next we'll be moving. Sorry. All right. Sorry, we didn't get your partner's name. His name wasn't on Zoom.
Okay, it's Zedekiah again. I'll send it.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much. So we'll move to Agritech and be able to move on from this section as well. So Eric from Agritech, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Am I
We can hear you now.
sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for the hiccup. Allow me to just share the screen.
Go ahead. I think, Eric
Okay.
Wainaina, you'll need to mute the other device. Oh, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Is my screen visible? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. This Chino Eliud. I'm presenting to your project titled Automated Agriculture Farm Control System. It's an IoT-based and AI project. And just to begin, our project is a final year project presented in the University of Nairobi 2020. And our problem statement is to address the traditional pipe irrigation system that are affected by clogging and blockage, meaning maintenance costs comes in. Then you have surface irrigation methods, which are also have their limitations. We find that the soil nutrients wash away and leaching is highly affected in this process. Then you have to address the mechanical processes required in carrying out the various irrigation processes involved. Our project model takes this format. We have sensors distributed across the farm to take various readings or recordings for the soil parameters, of which then we analyze them by sending them to a set server. In this case, we are using a website platform, then process the data as required, and then share it back to the respective individual who can be in position either to monitor the processes or analyze when required. Our solution features for the project whose objective is to achieve an automatic and autonomous distance communication and control farm processes, use IoT technology based on sensors, actuators, and microcontrollers. Our solution feature takes into consideration the water control system, that's for water storage, from where we'll be able to kind of monitor the various levels of water and be able as well just record how much water has been consumed in a specific period of time based on certain crop on the farm. Then we have the power supply. In this case, we are using solar panel as the primary source of power. But in the process, we have a DC battery as a backup, and we also give a chance to connect for connection to a national grid in case it's available. Then we have the irrigation process controls, where we have the microcontrollers installed on the farm to take the various readings and monitor when and whether to initiate or stop irrigation processes. This is based on type of crop and type of soil. Next, we have our platform over which the various collected data in the farm are shared. Then from here, we are able to process them using the AI models, of which now we'll be able to analyze the data and give it in a well understood format to the consumer. This is the interface, the main homepage of the platform, giving some various features available on the platform. Then you have the control. Control is available, but it requires the user, first of all, to have the login credentials for them to be able to control the various features provided on the project. Under operation, there's a section covering the various operations that you're able to control from the platform. So under this section, I have the statistics information, that is information collected from the processed, stored on which the user can view and be able to interact with it, or else extract information when required. This is just a sample of irrigation process where you collect the time the irrigation started, the time is stopped, and the volume of water consumed in the process. This is an admin login section for which we validate admin's information before we can give them full access to the data. This is a prototype through which you are able to simulate the operation of the whole project and be able to communicate when required. We are using microcontroller Arduino, in this case, Node MCU for internet connectivity, which allows us to send data. Then you have GSM for SMS communication. Our future plans is to use improved security, system security, for we believe IoT is about data, and when it comes to data, the issue of security is paramount. Then use advanced data analysis for processing the various data collected. Then you have system reliability. In this case, we tend to use, for instance, data supported from data centers, the cloud services, which allows us to process data collected from different regions and easily give the results when required. Then our active projects is under automation and advanced data analysis. Our team consisted of 2 members, Ocheno Eliud, and my team member, Eric Wainaina. Then for more information are available on our emails here. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Eric, for that. So I welcome the judges to proceed with a few questions for Eric's team, Agritech. Thank you.
Hi, Eric. Thank you for presenting, and thank you. Congratulations on reaching this part of the challenge. Can you just let us know how far you've gotten into testing your prototype with real-world data? So collecting soil samples and the like. Maybe just elaborate on that a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you. I had a chance to work on put our project in a kind of a practical scenario, and we are doing it from a sample from the University of Nairobi Lab Center. We call it Makerspace. Running some sample, collecting some data from the farm, communicating them on our platform, and then be able to analyze as required, and then share the various specifics of that data. So at this point, we are working on advancing its capability, but the practical aspect we've tried, although still advancing, because the challenges of the field might vary from one point to another. But in actual sense, from the data we collected and whatever we're having from the server, I think it gave us a clear indication that the project is much feasible. Maybe if I can be allowed to share platform interface, if possible.
Please do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is our platform. This is the landing page. You have the various just description information about the project. Then you have the various controls involved. For instance, under about sorry for the latest, I'm having some and under control, for instance, in this case, the user is supposed to select the type of what parameter do they intend to use in terms of controlling the irrigation process, because we have two parameters, which is soil and the type of crop. Soil involves various, for instance, clay, we have sandy, and we have loam, among others, because it might vary from one geographical location to another. Then you have also the crop. But now for crops, it differs from which type of crop the farmer is using for kind of having on the platform in their field. So when I select, for instance, crop, I just come here and select the various crops available. For instance, assuming millet in this case, then I select, so that information will be able to be taken in the backend system, for which now the irrigation process here, if it's initiated, these are just sample farm sections categorized. Then the farmer can initiate an irrigation process if they're admin, that is. So if I logged in, then it means I'll be given a chance to initiate a process and also at the same time stop it. We have the various data collected when you come under statistics, just sample. And this one is under the irrigation process, which was carried under these two indicated times. That's for sections. Then we have the volume of water used in that process. Next, we have the soil moisture level collected at these specific defined times. Then we have the various sections of that particular farm. Then these are the notifications communicated when each and every process was initiated and stopped.
Great, thank you. Thank you for showing us the platform. I appreciate that. Thank you for the demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric and your team, Agritech, for that presentation. Might there be any other questions from any of the other judges? All right. Sorry, Billy Otieno, it looks like you might want to speak. You're unmuted. Do you have any questions for them?
No questions from my side. No questions from my side. Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds great. So thank you very much, Eric. So the next section will move into the judging section, where the judges will be discussing to review the submissions for the teams. One moment, please. So for the judges, there's a link that's being dropped to the chat for you to join the meeting room where you'll be able to discuss with the other judges on the teams. So one moment, please. In the meantime, we'll be having a few sessions, speakers as well. Not sure if Mr. Vincent Kabunga is back in the meeting room. Okay, maybe we can have Mr. Vincent guess, but we shortly will share that with you. So I'd like to welcome Jesse. Not sure if you are in the meeting room.
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Welcome. So Jesse will be able to proceed from there. For the judges, we're sharing the invite for the meeting room directly to your chats. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Favor. Otherwise, hi everyone. My name is Jesse. I've been one of the organizing, working behind the scenes with Favor and the rest of the team to make this reality in Kenya. So congratulations to all the participants here. So I'd like to ask, do we have Vincent Egesa here or Esther Moshiri? Maybe you can give your remarks. You can just either unmute yourself or raise your hand. All right, Engineer Vincent, okay. Welcome. Maybe you can give a few short remarks, yeah.
Okay, so I think I'd just like to thank all the sponsors, the organizers, and the entire team that has made this a reality. It's been really great watching all the participants put in their presentations. To be honest, I think there's some really creative and definitely world-class presentations there. And I'm sure they will make great, great presentations during the finals. What I'd just like to mention is I think we also have a great precedence for next year. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think my network is misbehaving. So what I was just saying is I think we've got a great precedent for next year's event. We've got good examples to share with the team that's coming up. And for me, why this is such a great event to have, that there's plenty of innovation challenges going on in the country right now. But I think this is the first one that I have really seen that is targeted towards an international endgame, for lack of a better word. And I think that is going to make really great motivation for the upcoming innovators to focus on something. So they can focus, one, on getting their challenge or their innovations to the global stage. Two, they can actually focus knowing that there's a direction. They're not just doing it for the sake of it and it fizzles out, but that there's an opportunity for them to take it to the next level. And three, if they get selected to go to the finals, they can actually go and share their ideas physically with other innovators around the world. And this couldn't have come at a better time because I think IoT AI specifically are fairly new around the world globally. So no one is disadvantaged. And this is the right time to jump in. And of course, looking at today's presentations, it is quite clear everybody is right up there with the world-class products, world-class ideas. So thank you for the organizers. Thank you, KNCCI and the sponsors and everybody who has really just made it happen, especially those who have actually put in their physical time. People like Favor, the team in Gearbox, really, really appreciate the work they have put to make this a reality, the judging, the time put in to mentor. And so we are really, really happy that this has worked out. I'm also looking forward to seeing next year's event. I think now we've got a precedence and we can start early, and hopefully we get even more innovators into the pipeline as we go along. So I don't want to take too much time. I know time is rather tight today. Just to say thank you, everybody. And it'll be great meeting again next time to, do this all over again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer. In fact, even before you leave, maybe you can also explain to people just shortly about IEEE Kenya and what you guys have been doing also in the region.
Okay. So basically, IEEE, as some of you may know, is a global membership organization. In fact, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, professional membership organization globally. I think we have more than 400,000 members globally. In Kenya specifically, we have been working to grow the membership and participation and to grow what we call member value from IEEE. And for us specifically, we've been focusing on getting young technology and engineering professionals right from university, where we now have what we call student branches. 3 years ago, we had one generic student branch for the country. Right now, we have 7 student branches spread out across different campuses in Kenya, from Western Kenya, Central, and to the coast. And we are now looking at tackling the northeastern and southern parts of the country. And from the way things are going, we're hoping within the next couple of years, we should have at least one university in each major region in the country with a student branch. Student branches are important for us, one, because that's where the young, energetic technology and engineering enthusiasts are currently being bred. That's where they are really hungry for new knowledge and new thirst for new ideas. And as they leave university, we push them into what we call young professionals affinity group, where they are now molded and guided by more senior engineers and more experienced professionals on what they can do out there and what is available out there. Then, of course, we're also looking at seeing the professional engineers and technology professionals, giving them something that they can feel value in, for example, sharing with the new and upcoming engineers, sharing their businesses with other professionals, and also, of course, look for new professional opportunities. So IEEE offers different things to different people, and we believe anyone who is a member will find something that is of use and of value to them. And related to that, membership is not limited to engineers, the classical engineers as we know, but membership has broadened out to information technology. And we also don't limit any profession. So long as you are enthusiastic about engineering and technology, you can actually become a member. And you will find that there's a society that actually serves your specific need. Everything from photonics to renewable energy to research in biomedicine. There's a society that will be able to give you input and feedback. And perhaps one of the most important and powerful tools we have is something called Collaborative, where you can literally chat with the thousands and thousands of professionals who are just willing to share information with you, share ideas. You've got a problem, you just share your problem in the Collaborative, and somebody will probably give you a solution or help you find a solution. Then over and above this, we also look at giving back to society and enhancing society, especially the underprivileged areas, using technology, which is in line with our theme as IEEE. So for example, we've got what we call humanitarian activities, where we have grants given to IEEE members to go and join other professionals to, for example, provide solar equipment to a school that is not served by the grid, provide water pumps to a community that does not have access to clean water, so that to reduce the workload they would have to, for example, get the water across, to provide STEM education in areas and schools or underprivileged societies. In fact, we've just finished a project where we had set up a Fab Lab sponsored by one of the societies in Kakuma refugee camp. And incidentally, it allowed the young refugees, but not just young, but anyone who was interested in learning technology, to actually participate in a mini competition to come up with an idea that will help their communities. So they were able to come up with ideas, working with the members of our student branches and young professional society to mentor them, to improve on their ideas and make the ideas more viable. And one or two of them actually went ahead to fabricate a prototype in the Fab Lab. So this is the kind of thing we do in IEEE. So we inspire the ideas, we get people to actually put their ideas to work, and we even assist those who are underprivileged join into the technology bandwagon, so to speak. And the impact is endless. Apart from Kakuma, I think you all heard of the innovation, what do you call it? Ventilator that one of our student branches came up with. That is the Kenyatta University student branches. So this is an innovation they came up with themselves, got other students who work in different disciplines, medicine, the social sciences, to look and prove their technology, and even got faculty to assist and work with them. So this is the kind of thing we are proud of inspiring and getting going on the ground, and is pretty much in line with what we have been doing the last few weeks in this challenge. So that, in a nutshell, is IEEE. We welcome everyone to join and become members, and you'll probably find it very fulfilling, and you'll find something that suits you. If you're looking for business, there's members who will be your business clients. If you're looking to mentor and share, there's opportunities. If you're looking to learn and get new ideas, it's all there. And for those who even want to travel, come write a paper in one of our conferences, and chances are you will get a sponsorship if it is a paper accepted to go and present your paper somewhere. And of course, for those who don't want to travel but want to, get some, papers out there, we've had several conferences in the country as well. The last one being the Power Africa Conference, which is an Africa-wide conference, but with participants from all over the world, just ended a couple of weeks back. So I think the opportunities are there, and we welcome all of you to engage and participate with us, partner with us, and I'm sure we can make a great change in the country and the region as a whole. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much, Engineer Vincent. I think for all of you, that's an open call for you to join IEEE. I personally will want to join. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a developer or computer scientist, but I am an enthusiast. So I think this is something that I'd like to come and learn and grow also in my own sort of way. So thank you very much. So I think to everyone, in case you have any questions about IEEE, feel free to ask. I'm sure Engineer Vincent and others may be on the call for now. So just raise your hand and we shall allow you to ask your question. Otherwise, is Mr. Vincent Kabuga around also, so that you may say a word or two? Mr. Vincent Kabuga?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And maybe I'll start by mentioning that in many circles, we are also known as the Institute of Everybody Else, Institute of Engineers and Everybody Else, IEEE. So everyone is most welcome. I'm sure we will have space for you as an innovator. But really, today I'd like to just to talk about IEEE and my joy at being a part of this competition, this challenge. As has been mentioned, my name is Vincent Kavunga, and I serve as chair of the IEEE Africa Council. As you've heard, we are the world's largest professional association advancing technology for humanity. I'd like to start by congratulating all the top teams that are presenting today. The ideas, the innovations I've had are truly inspirational, and this is actually a lot more than we had been hoping for, and expecting is more like it, and this for us really underlines what we have always believed to be true, that we the Africans can solve Africa's problems. IEEE is the world's largest professional association advancing technology for humanity. We are over 400,000 members across the globe, as you may have heard, and we do everything from aerospace, biomedical, computation, telecommunications, and so on. Our association was founded by innovators, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, and others. And we continue this tradition to nurture and support the next generation of innovators. And the innovations presented in today's presentations have demonstrated us having the ability for us, our innovators, to take on the challenges that will make Africa's digital transformation happen. As we experience the transition that we have all been hoping will be happening in the next decade or so, moving from trading in atoms, as they call them, the raw materials, and having information services as being the primary drivers of our economies, we now start to see how IoT and AI are going to dramatically change the lives of our societies in Africa. I mean, just from today's discussion, we can hear about how we will not have to wait several hours for us to wait to get someone to interpret our chest x-rays. Artisans that perhaps have not had the opportunity to get themselves an education in IoT will also benefit greatly from some of the innovations we've had here. They're going to be part of an IoT-powered supply chain. Many, many more of these are actually going to happen. And this is really an exciting time. And to see African engineers and innovators standing up and taking on this challenge is really what we as IEEE have really been hoping for, and are really excited to see that the Africans have taken on this challenge, and Kenya is truly connected. I'd like to thank our challenge judges, our local organizers, the National Chamber of Commerce, the Kenya section, Benya Capital, our main sponsor, and the IEEE TEM Society, together with our technical partners and our community partners. Thank you all so much for participating, and really hope that you've enjoyed this challenge and you'll join us again for our next one. Thank you so much, and back to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. The Institute of Everything. I like that. Yeah, so I think for now, I believe that the judges have finished making the decision. So I shall allow Favor back onto the floor so that he can be able to cue the winners up. So Favor, over to you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Jesse. Well, I know him as Director Jesse from KNCCI as well. So thank you very much. So next, I'd like to welcome Innocent Magode from Startinev to share a bit about Startinev and what Startinev do and their role during the Africa IoT AI Challenge as organizers as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Favor. My name is Innocent from Startinev. I'm the COO together with Favor, Jesse, and Wanja. We've been grateful to hold this event for all of you in this challenge. I guess when it started, all we knew was that at a time like this, we'd have interesting innovations, and I guess we've gotten to that point. First, congratulations to everyone who's made it to this specific stage of the competition, and those who will eventually win and go to Dubai. We can only say all the best. I guess we'll be knowing that eventually. From Startinev, as we say, we enable innovators, and we keep doing that every single time, and we keep hoping that even the innovations that have come up from this space will be innovations that will change this country a step at a time. And eventually we'll have world-changing ideas and world-changing startups. So thank you very much. Totally grateful to have held this event, to have been in the organizing team. And looking forward to more events. Thank you, Favor.
Thank you very much, Innocent. So these are the guys that we have been working with behind the scenes to put together the challenge alongside our partners. So some of our main partners during this challenge have been locally, have been Gearbox and IEEE Kenya, as well as a few community partners that have been working with us and being led as well by KNCCI. So next, I'm not sure if Madam Esther Mushiri from IEEE is in.
Yes, I'm in favor.
Great. Welcome to share a word or two about, it's been very exciting. We've been meeting frequently with Madam Esther, Mr. Vincent Agesa, and Mr. Latif Charan, who will speak a bit later. So please go ahead.
Okay, I would personally just want to thank all the...
Sorry, Director Mushiri? Director Mushiri?
Yeah, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, would you hold on a bit? I think Madam Esther was about to go ahead.
Oh, my apologies for that.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Thank you very much, Favor, for the opportunity to speak as we await with a bated breath for the 3 winners that will be announced shortly. It has been a pleasure being part of this journey from when we launched the Africa IoT AI challenge. And what excites me mostly is to note that we had over 100 applications from startups that were interested in this call. And just to see the top present today, I think I really would like to commend the team that mentored, coached them, helped them to come up with very clear, succinct presentations. I must commend everybody. For me, I was looking at their presentation skills, the way they presented with a lot of confidence. They had gone to market, tested their innovations, and had real data to prove that these innovations for sure are world-class, as the chairman of IEEE, Vincent, said. And so I speak also from IEEE Kenya. I'm the vice chair, and looking forward to the winners going to represent Kenya in Dubai in a few weeks' time, I guess. But more importantly, I am very interested in seeing who are these other startups that did not make it to the top list, and maybe even having conversations with KNCCI, yourself, Favor, Gearbox, and all the people that were involved to see what is it that we're lacking in these applications, that together we can work to improve so that moving forward in the next call, we will have better applications, we will have innovators, even if they don't get to the top, those innovations will actually go to market. My prayer also is that those that were able to present today, even if they don't make it to the top 3, if there can be a commitment, and perhaps I can challenge my chair, Vincent Agesa, if we can see what else can we do as IEEE Kenya to help them move to the next level. I am a youth mentor, and for me, I like helping young people to step into their space and excel. So I volunteer myself to see that we help these young men and women to push their innovations to the next level. As I conclude, I would like to also say that for the ladies that presented today, congratulations. I am now wearing the hat of IEEE Women in Engineering, which I would like to champion and request that you all join so that together we can see how can we help your innovations get to market. I am passionate about getting women on the space that has earlier been assumed to be a male-dominated space. But for sure, as evidenced today, we can see that women have fantastic ideas. They can play on the same space with men. But more importantly is that I commend our men, our engineers, because they have been the greatest support to women engineers. And so I am inviting people as they join IEEE to please consider also joining women in engineering. And let's increase the number of women and girls that get into this space so that together we can truly make a difference in Africa and in the globe. Thank you very much once again to the organizers, and I am sitting here excited, waiting to hear who the winners will be. Thank you, and back to you, Favor.
Thank you very much for that. She's being very humble. Like she's been from the moment we began meeting, she's been very particular, making sure the teams are considered in various aspects as we've been planning the challenge. So thank you very much, Madam Esther. So before we get to Gearbox and announcing, I'd like to invite Dr. Mshiri to just give a vote of thanks on behalf of KNCCI. Then we'll have still Latif Chirono speak on behalf of Gearbox, and then also give us some of the big news as well. So Dr. Mshiri, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. And as all the people who've spoken before me have mentioned, I would like to sincerely thank especially the participants who have gone out of their way to create and package and just work hard on the products that they put together. I want to thank you very much. As we await the winners, I want to encourage all of us who participated, particularly in putting together their products, packaging them, thinking through, spending sleepless nights on the product. I want to thank you so much for participating in this. I would like to also thank all our sponsors and all our partners who have, without you, this event would not have come to where it has come. I want to thank you very, very much. I want to thank our partners in Egypt for reaching out to us at KNCCI to help put together this event. It has been a great learning experience. I would particularly want to see this become a stronger and more vibrant event every year annually, and possibly we can break it down into quarters that can then help build up the level of the competition, and also just create more synergies between the different players in different parts of the world and different sectors. Engineering is a very key area. AI as well as Internet of Things is a very, very key area in terms of sparking growth in different sectors of the economy. So if we can be able to bring all these partners and parties together to be able to spark the economies of Africa, to then reach the goal of 2063 of an integrated Africa, an Africa that is vibrant, that is able to stand on its own. I believe this would be a great start of this particular vision. So mine is to thank everybody, particularly from the chamber president and the chamber leadership, to thank everyone and just say thank you, asante sana. Over to you, Favor.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mshiri. So just before we get to Mr. Latif Chiron, I'd like to invite Mr. Rama Madiba. His department, which is the ICT department as well, which has been one of the drivers for the Africa IoT and AI challenge. So I'd like to thank you to give some closing remarks as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Trevor. And it's really a great pleasure to be part of this and see the amazing innovations and the amazing presentations that have been put forward. But maybe I just wanted to give testimony to what technology makes it can make things possible. And the challenge started or rather came as a DM to one of the committee members on LinkedIn when the Egypt team reached out they were looking for a local partner. And I think that in itself shows us that what started as just as a DM, right now we've had great participants, we've had 100 applicants, and now we have had great presentation among the 10 shortlisted people. And it just shows what is capable when people come together and we have consistent and we have talented people like Feva and your team that have been able to put this together. And I really want to thank you and the other members, Gearbox, IEEE, and all the other community people that have come together to see that this is successful. For coming together and seeing that this is a reality. And I think the challenge has been thrown on our path to ensure that next year we are able to get to make a greater impact and to reach more people. Otherwise, I would want to say thank you and let's keep this going. And I'm also waiting, to see who are these 3 people that are going to Dubai. Yeah, so thank you very much, Feva.
All right, thank you very much. To give context, how say we as Startinev got to be a part of this was when Africa IoT AI Challenge reached out to IEEE and KNCCI and IEEE. I remember Dr. Rama and Dr. Mashiri reached out to us and said, hey, can you work with us to pull together partners and pull together teams to organize this challenge? And so, like you're saying, it literally started like an idea, just like all the startups were at, and to have it here where we are today. So it's been an exciting journey. So thank you very much, Dr. Rama. So next I'd like to welcome Mr. Latif Cherono, just to give him a curtain raiser. When we began the journey, after a few planning meetings, etc., mobilizing a few teams and a few partners, we reached out and like, hey, from previous engagements, in regards to how I met him, and we're like, we know you're active in the IoT and AI space, especially IoT and assembly, and prototyping and the whole innovation ecosystem around hardware and IoT technology. So we reached out and said, yeah, we'll be glad to jump in. So, initially we thought they would be coming in to, pull together, the members of their team, etc., for different activities. But from all the way from, the whole mentoring sessions, the training sessions, the judging sessions, they've literally walked with us just as much. And it's amazing that you really pushed through and you've been really committed and your team has been amazing. Even for instance, with the mentorship sessions that were one-on-one, many of the members of his team really stepped up to join the teams as mentors, because many of their members of their team are either in the data science or the IoT space, some of them doing both as well. So Latif, it's with great gratitude and honor that I welcome you to announce the winners and also share a bit about Gearbox. So thank you very much, sir.
Great. Thank you, Favor. On behalf of the Gearbox team, everybody who's participated in this amazing challenge, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the participants for putting in your hard work and coming up with solutions to the problems that we have. So I'm just going to keep you on the edge of your seats for just a bit more and really let you know why this is important and why we put in all our efforts, and we hope to have this competition happen every year. So there's a statistic from the UNIDO, which is the UN organization that looks at industrial development. And then we all know that industrial development is the pathway to success for economic success for countries. So the statistic says 90% of all IP in the world is attributed to just, or industrial IP is attributed to just 10 countries. And when we look at Africa, pretty much Africa has little to no involvement in this IP creation. And when we look at the fourth industrial revolution and what this means for any economy wanting to move forward, is if we are not developing IP on our continent, then we will be left behind. We were left behind in all the stages of industrial development, all the first, the second, the third. And if we don't do anything now, we'll be left again, which is why this challenge speaks. It came at the right time, and it really speaks to what we're trying to do here at Gearbox, and it's amazing. The next thing I want to let all the participants know is that, and the way I see it, is that we are at a moment in time where something special is happening. I think if you were in Kenya at the point in time where M-Pesa was starting to bubble, that happened due to a specific set of circumstances. Having a large unbanked population, mobile phones just coming into the market, and then the banking system not being set up to serve that, and which led to the success of M-Pesa. So when we look at IoT and AI, why is this a special moment? If we look at Kenya specifically, we have infrastructure for IoT happening. This is happening due to Safaricom and Liquid Telecom. So all these systems that enable IoT devices to be rolled out quickly is happening. We have a large population of engineers and AI scientists, and more importantly, young people who are looking at problems and thinking of them as solutions or a way to create an entrepreneurial spirit and solve those solutions and make a business out of it. We have that. So that is why I'm saying we're at this special time, and all these things are happening to create a confluence of an opportunity that we can leverage to make a leap forward using AI and IoT. So again, thank you for that. Now, for everybody who participated in this challenge, I want you to understand that developing products is a journey. Some of you have been doing this for a short time. Some of you have been doing this for years. And the more you do it, the more you iterate, the better your product becomes, the more value you're able to add to your customers, and also do well as a business for yourself. So don't lose heart if you didn't progress into the top 10. Don't lose heart if you didn't progress into the top 3. You are on a journey, and you will keep progressing as you keep iterating on your product and improving on that product. So with that said, it's time to announce the top 3. So starting with in the 3rd position, and the honor goes out to Rweba. So congratulations for making the top 3. Your solution around improving medical diagnostics, especially for infants as they grow, is a really innovative solution, and we're looking forward to seeing how you can scale this product. So well done there. In 2nd place, this goes to Fina. Congratulations on developing your smart farm solution. And we found this to be your approach to it, and we understand there are quite a few competitors in that space. Your approach to this we found to be quite innovative. So congratulations on that. Now to the winner, and I will keep you holding for just a moment more. In this call, we have several other partners that we would like to include next year. So for example, we have Africa's Talking, which is a platform that provides developmental kits for IoT developers, which will enable them to develop their products much faster. Another such company is a company called Waziup, which develops open source development solutions, and we're hoping to engage them next year. And the reason why I mention those now is that the more we can add value within our ecosystem, the better we will be as we progress into the future. But as we say in the States, drum roll, the winner of the 2021 Africa IoT Challenge, Kenya edition, that distinction, and it's my extreme honor and pleasure to announce that the winner is Swift Labs. Swift Labs solutions in creating drone technology that can solve last mile logistics, and that's saving lives in reducing the amount, the cost in delivering healthcare products. Really combines AI and IoT into a product that is meeting the need of where we are. So congratulations on Swift Lab. What you have done and the journey that you've been on for, I think, close to 7 years now, it showcases in your product. So I want to say congratulations to all your team for doing so. And yeah, just well done. Favor, back to you.
Wow. Congratulations to the teams. Congratulations to Swift Lab. Congratulations to Fina. Congratulations to Roeba. You did an amazing job, and it was an amazing journey to come and push through to come this far, you know, from giving the Africa IoT and AI Challenge a chance, from being not, you know, a competition that was never in the country, to believing in the process, the journey, pushing through with the trainings, the mentorship sessions to come this far. You know, congratulations. Some you know, on our end, we get to know which teams were on the top 10, but where they ranked roughly, right? And I can tell you that between the top 10, there's some teams that, you know, were at the bottom end of it. And because of the work that they put through the last few weeks, they've been able to push through to this top section. So thank you very much to the teams. Thank you to the partners. So before we close, while the excitement is still fresh, I'd like to just so Latif Chirono mentioned, next year's challenge will be really exciting. So before we get to that, for the teams that are top 3, you'll be able to go for the international finals. You'll also be able to travel there, so flights and accommodation will be taken care of by the partners of the Africa IoT and AI Challenge. And through that, you'll be able to experience what the international finals will be like with all the different other participating countries. So congratulations, and keep pushing through. So next year's challenge will be exciting. Like you mentioned, we'll have a lot more ecosystem partners participating. We'll have a lot more entrepreneurial partners participating. There was a guest speaker we're hoping to have from a company that some of you might know, known as Nimrel IoT. They're also an IoT-based startup. Well, globally, they'd be considered a startup. In Kenya, they are a large company. So these are some partners we're trying to bring in. We're in discussions with partners such as Safaricom, who also do similar aspects with Africa's Talking, as well as building capacity for startups. So there's a lot that's coming up in the next year's challenge. So keep pushing through. The teams that may not have made it. We'll be having sessions and workshops with IEEE and Gearbox. We hope that they could be physical. If they're physical, I think that'd be exciting. If they're virtual, that'll still be exciting. We'll just have a lot more activities as well. So we'll keep you in touch and keep sharing about the opportunities as they unfold. So with that, I'd like to thank you all. And in case, I'm not sure if any of the partners have, one last, quick remark to make. Going once.
Yes. So actually, yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Just favor one thing. So what we'll be doing is at Gearbox, your replacer, is helping the top 3. If you don't have a prototype or a working prototype available for when you travel to Dubai, we'll be able to help you manufacture that so you are ready to be at your best when you're presenting. And then also for anybody else who's looking to develop a prototype, that capability to do electronic manufacturing and manufacturing at a world class and at a large scale is available now in Kenya. So please reach out and we will see how we can do our best to help you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've had the privilege to view the Europlacer before they launched it, and it's massive. I didn't think a commercial machine like that, especially in regards to PCB placing, would be larger than a car, but it is. So for the teams really trying to scale, Gearbox would be a great partner. So thank you very much to the teams, and thank you very much to the partners. Thank you very much to the ecosystem partners as well, and to the judges. Many of the judges that participate, a lot more participated for the previous section. Some had that pushed through, and I'd like to thank Farida. I'd like to thank Billy Otieno, who really pushed through the judging sessions. With Frida, she has a background both in the IoT and the AI space, but heavy on the IoT. With Billy, it's heavier on the data science and AI space, where he's leading conversations with Oracle and large multinationals as well. And then still working with startups in the IoT space. So Billy, thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Mr. Pravin Ezhawa from KNCCI as well, who's also working with TVETs and many other programs. He's a quiet spoken entrepreneur and a YouTuber recently, so I'm not sure if you'd like to make any final remarks as we close.
Thank you very much, Favor. I think you guys have done a wonderful job. First of all, congratulations to all the participants, and especially the winner. I think a worthy winner, number one. And yes, very excited to be part of it, and I myself part of the data science and IoT, and very soon would be flying to Egypt by the end of this month. So would be having an opportunity to meet some of them during my trip. But overall, a very exciting and very nicely conducted event. I appreciate all the efforts put in by each and every individual. So congratulations, and Dubai should be better. And the progress for next one. And again, I'm assuming it would be bigger and better. Gearbox, thank you very much for your support. It has been awesome. And we from KNCCI has been very humbled to be part of this journey, supporting the SMEs and technocrats across the country. It has been a great journey for us, and we would definitely be part of ongoing planning and ongoing initiatives by any one of us. We welcome all the partnerships. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for your time and making it today. And even Mr. Vincent Kabunga, who stuck with us throughout today's session as well. He wears the hat of, overseeing 54 different African countries with IEEE. So thank you as well. So thank you very much, everyone. And with that, I bid you adieu and see you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.